Bicycles help us get from one place to another through only physical mechanics and human energy. One of these mechanics is the physics behind the spokes of a bicycle wheel. It's easy to wonder how long, thin rods will be able to help withstand a grown adult. The stress you put on any object is expressed by the force applied per unit area of the cross section. So, considering this, why design a spoke with such a thin geometry? Imagine you put your weight onto a bicycle and the spokes at the bottom, or the ones along the same axis as you, start buckling or bending in response to the force and the repeating rotations of the wheel. Eventually, the more you ride it and put stress on the spokes, one's bound to pop out or break if it exceeds its limit or yield. That would compromise the safety of the bicycle, and when you think about it, defeat the purpose of having the spokes at all. A quick example, putting other factors aside, let's say that one thin steel spoke has a strength of 1 million pascals to break, which is just a unit of stress. If we pretension, in other words, add a preload of 500,000 pascals, then we can still compress the 500,000 pascals, but we still have the 1 million pascals for it to break. In simpler words, it takes more force for the steel to fail when it's pretensioned. As I put pressure onto the hub here, you can see the bottom vertical spoke at the ground gets a little looser instead of tighter, or more compressed, as you might think. When it gets looser, it shows that pretensioning properly lowers the potential for failure of the spoke. It's a little hard to see with the naked eye that the spoke is pretensioned, but this demonstrates that you cannot see it compressing or buckling either with pressure. So if you're riding your bicycle and you suddenly feel a snap because your spoke broke, it's probably because it wasn't pretensioned correctly to a safe amount for constant and repetitive usage. Take your bike to a local bike shop or pretension it on your own in order to avoid endangerment or embarrassment. This is such a great way of how small things around us in the world are engineered with so much detail and intention to make our lives safer and a little bit more interesting.